Hello everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, and welcome back to the Al-Andalus achievement run. Well, it's been an interesting run so far here with the Abbadids, and I feel like we've accomplished already a lot in the series. But of course, we haven't achieved the achievement, and as someone who's not an achievement hunter, well, you know, take that for what it's worth. As you can see here, raise all armies. We actually got called in to a war here with the Maghravids that we are not going to help them with because I honestly don't really care that much. If we look at him, he's compassionate, generous, and deceitful. So we're going to go with the deceitful attributes of Sultan Fadl ibn Abu Bakr and just go, Maghravids, I don't care. Given that their military is so weak right now, they wouldn't really help us much anyway. Along those lines, also as far as helping, I'm kind of getting to the point now where I am setting internally in my brain, I have an episode limit right now on this series. In fact, it's going to be coming up here very, very soon, where I just call it quits in terms of, hey, we're just not getting there. We haven't achieved it. Part of the reason why I'm going to do that now is to, well, kind of push myself and see what we can do here in a short period of time. Now, of course, let me unpause this. And the pilgrimage begins. So as I am getting closer to Subu, I meet more and more fellow pilgrims from all manner of places. It is one of these pilgrims who recognizes me from afar. Sultan Fadl, is that you? It is none other than my steward, Emir Adfuns. We have been brought together by Allah. Very nice. So he's my friend. So anyway, we can see what we can do here to at least get Iberia. I think that's going to have to be the main focus right now, is to unify Iberia and then see if we can knock out Aquitaine, knowing that we also have this sliver of the HRE we need to take on. All right, so the arrival, I'm finally here, body and soul, at the Great Mosque of Subu. As the Ulama offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that had to happen for Allah to bring me here at this moment in time. I walk the holy path. And there now we have the piety needed to go after the Hudids, which of course will be the goal. The goal here will be to conquer the duchy, the main part of the Hudids. And then, who knows, maybe we can, okay, we're returning home now. Maybe then we can even, vassalize the rest. So, what's going to happen here? Now, we're still rebuilding our military, so we have to wait for that. Right now, militarily, it's pretty even. The good thing is their only ally is our vassal. So as long as we keep that vassal happy, we don't really have to worry. But right now, we're still rebuilding our military after everything that went down in the last episode. So it's going to be a little bit of patience. We're rebuilding our treasury as well. But things are trending in the right direction. Looks like we have a little internal war here going on that I'm not too worried about. So now that I said that this series is coming to a close, whether or not we achieve Al-Andalus, and what I'd probably end up doing is actually, I'll call it a day at, say, maybe episode number 29, or maybe episode number 30. And then I'll continue to play this kind of just for myself, and then if and when I actually achieve the Al-Andalus achievement, I will come back and do a special kind of recap episode on this. All right, my Sultan, you are currently in possession of some place that should be mine. My unrelenting Alama has come before me and insists I grant him the Sheikhdom of Karuna. You should receive what you ask for. I am generous, so you get that. Gained a favor hook. All right. Well, that's the faction targeting us has been disbanded. Very nice. So now with all of that said, the reason why is because I did a lot of analysis on YouTube series. And one of the things you see is you get about a 50% drop off from episode 1 to 2. Then from 2 to 5, you get about another 50% drop off. And then from 5 to 10, you get another 50% drop off. And it keeps going and going and going until you really have maybe 10% of episode 1 viewership numbers by the time you get to where we are now in the 20s. And that's okay. That's to be expected. It's a long form type of series that don't tend to perform well, but that are really fun to make and really fun to be involved with. And I will continue to do these as we move forward. But that's just kind of a thing. I'm looking at episode 30 as kind of that benchmark. So a new perk here. It is my domain, so we can extort subjects' decisions. So what this does is offering different opportunities to demand extra gold from subjects at different costs. War Profiteer. So monthly while at war goes up by 10%. We're going to do that simply because we know, and the Sultan knows, there are going to be wars coming soon. Masonic Dealings. A guild of stonemasons has established itself in the Sheikhdom of Cordoba. Having dedicated craftsmen in my personal service could help the region flourish. I will strike a deal with the chief mason. So, this could be really, really, really bad for us. If we look at the 6%, we lose 405 gold. Let's then look at Emir Adfuns. Earn me their allegiance. So now there's a 4% chance, but there's still 50% chance they cost us 205. And why would I need their help? That's why I have serfs. Peasant labor, building construction cost goes up by 50%. In Cordoba. I think we're going to go with Emir Adfuns, brother-in-law, steward, and vassal. Earn me their allegiance. Fingers crossed, we didn't screw ourselves financially. Masonic Dealings. The chief mason must have enjoyed the company of my steward, Emir Adfuns, because he has returned with a deal from the masons that even exceeds my demands. I could scarce have negotiated better myself. So for 20 years, we gain cooperative stonemasons, which gives us a building construction time reduction of minus 25%, building construction cost minus 10%, control level changes by plus 20 in the Sheikhdom of Cordoba. All right, so, of course, Cordoba was one where we had lower control. But anyway, we have this to deal with, Scandalous Priest. The Moaladi world was appalled to learn that my Alama Man was discovered gorging himself on a luxurious feast of fresh quail, fine cheeses, pomegranate cakes, and violet sharba. The excessive indulgence of the feast has cast a dark shadow on his legitimacy. While scandals among the clergy are nothing new, it is disquieting for one to occur so close to home. So either condemn him for his transgressions, but we lose stress because we're compassionate. Or we gain stress. Maybe I should stay out of this, so that just gives us stress. Or defend his character publicly, even at my own risk. So we lose 150 prestige and 100 piety, and his opinion goes up. Let's see, we are deceitful, but we are generous, compassionate, fortune building, handsome, adultering, architect, rakish. Generous and compassionate, that means roleplay wise, we would defend his character publicly. Now, the good thing is we should still have enough piety that we would be able to invade the Hudid. So the Occitan Moaladi populace targeting you. Alliance expired. Okay. Faction, friendly exchanges. Okay, so mercenary contract is expiring soon. That's fine. We need a new chancellor. And our vassal, Wali, I think we shall assign you to that role. Very nice. So we had the lower control. So now let's actually look here. Where are we as far as control? We're still working on it in Cordoba, so we'll just continue to do so. It'll be done soon, actually, if I take a look at that. How long is that going to take? And we'll be there pretty soon. So I'm not overly concerned. It's going to tick over here pretty shortly. Oh, that's right. We have managed domain here. I was kind of looking to see what we could do. So our treasure is looking very good again. Wait, what? Oh, this is the territory we could have lost to huge King Hugh of France. That was the territory lost if he dies, that we knew could happen. So now the French have a foothold in Iberia. That makes for an interesting little wrinkle in things. My son Grimm has been impressed with one of the household Faris for a very long time. After finally meeting in person, he has been repeating the warrior's words to himself: work hard and you can master anything. Indeed, hard work will bring him where he wants, so he is now diligent. Okay, so back to the topic of hand. Oh my gosh, a missing village, extensive tax dodging. Poring over tax records, I am brought back to the affair of the missing village of Guadiato. Matters are different now, but I have learned that mercy and leniency at times only lead to ever greater loss. Any way taxes can be avoided will spread among peasants like fleas. What a disaster. Increased tax evasion in the Sheikhdom of Cordoba. That's not good. So again, back to the topic at hand. Let's try this one more time. Let me actually just pause the game so we don't deal with that again. Seeing as that this series is coming to a close one way or another, depending on how I decide to structure it at the end of the day, my question to you is, what would you like to see take its place? Now, the structure on the channel in future, most weeks where I don't have a lot going on, where I don't have to travel for work or, just have life happening, is to have a Let's Play series on Tuesday, a Let's Play series on Thursday, and then a guide of some sort on Wednesday. Some weeks that's not going to be possible. Other weeks, maybe even other content like reviews and general strategy gaming discussion videos will pop up on a Monday or a Friday. The Thursday and Tuesday slot are a little bit open. Imperator Rome series with Sparta is coming to a close. May have already come to a close for a variety of reasons that I discussed here on the channel. You can always check those out. But beyond that, so I'm working on replacing that one with a completely different game. The Crusader Kings 3 Let's Play slot will continue to be Crusader Kings 3. So my question to you, and please put this down in the comment section, where you can also hit the like button, by the way, which helps immensely, as you well know, is what Crusader Kings 3 Let's Play would you like to see? Now, be that in a large, longer format series like this one, that goes 20, 30, 40 episodes, or even a small mini-series that only goes maybe 5 or 10, less than 20 episodes. So let me know down in the comments on some things you would like to see. I have absolutely no idea. I haven't made any decisions myself. Greetings, my liege. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I've been a good vassal to you, but surely you understand that I have subjects of my own too. The current contract is very restrictive. Surely you would see the wisdom in making it more lenient. It seems I have little choice. So there you go. But again, we're not focused on that. What we're focused on here is Al-Andalus. So we are close to full strength in our military. Once our troops are at complete full strength, we will take a look at, invading the Hudids. All right, taking a look at the Hudids, things have, they have changed. One of the main things is they are at war right now with Aquitaine, and we have a 3-year-old on the throne here. They have no more allies, which really wasn't an issue before, and only 2,700 soldiers. So, my friends, I believe it is absolutely time to strike at the heart of the Hudids, which of course is here in Zaragoza. So, I'm going to go here. We're going to move our rally point to right across the border here. And we will, of course, declare a war for conquering the duchy. Can we do that yet? Illustrious. Or well-known. We are not quite there yet. I thought we would be illustrious. That's frustrating. Oh, no, here we are. Sorry, I was looking at renown. Prestige illustrious. We're not entirely there yet. So, but we're already prepared. What we can do now, though, is we can call for a hunt. To not only does it reduce our stress, Costs a little bit of money, but we have 856 gold. And it will help our prestige a little bit, which we're in need of anyway. Hunt rumors. The noise from the others have faded away by the time Uncle Prince Abdul Rahman and I stalk upon the fox. We are almost within striking distance when Abdul Rahman whispers to me, "Now we are finally by ourselves. There is something I have to let you know about Emir Abdul Jalil." No time for chat. I'm getting that fox. What? Tell me more. So we would actually lose prestige. Let's take, who is this? Abdul Jalil. Is Abdul Jalil Abdulaziz of the Jalilid Emirate. I mean, I'm focused. I kind of want to know more. I'm really curious. This is like total counter. What would the character do? I mean, he's not high on intrigue. Intrigue is not his thing, even though he is deceitful. But he's not high on intrigue. He's more generous and so on. You know, no time for chit-chat. We're going to go after the fox. We are going to let the character dictate the direction we go. Returning from the wild, the hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses and leave the farmlands behind as the servants prepare the fox, another game for the journey back. In spite of our difficulties along the way, the hunt went very well. We return home reinvigorated. Very nice. A big chunk there, and we're getting close to illustrious. Once that's been achieved, of course, we can then declare the war. Let's see here, we can demand payments. 90, sure, we'll demand payment from you. We will demand payment from you. And we will demand payment from you. That will give us stress, because we're generous. We'll just leave that in our back pocket for right now. You can designate a guard for Raisa. Raisa herself. See, looking at intrigue. So, good intrigue is our cousin or our wife. We'll let the wife take care of her. Educating her. Inherited titles, Seville and Algarve. Algarve, titles can be created. A lot of kingdoms, which we're, of course, not going to do. You can declare a ton of wars. We've got some powerful vassals that do want council positions. But we're not going to mess around with that. What else can we do? We can host a feast. We will lose stress, which is, of course, important. And increase vassals' opinion. So while we're waiting for things to build up, we will host a feast and make everybody like us a little bit more, because I feel like it's a little bit needed since we do have a few factions. So we've got a cheery gathering. The guests are gathered in the Great Hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, friends. Karima's Fowlery. Servants were carrying out impressively adorned instruments. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's okay. Number of proud peacocks, skinned, cooked, and stuffed, then redressed in their magnificent plumages. However, as Walia Karima brought her knife close to one of them, the fowl came to with a shriek. This one wasn't cooked at all. It pecked at Karima's nose before bursting forth among the screaming and laughing guests. As the bird ran wild, Sidrai rose to the challenge. It proved great entertainment to see him desperately chase the raving creature across the tables. In the end, he managed to scare the peacock towards the great hall doors where it escaped the night. No feast is complete without a prank. So rock is entertainment for 5 years. So medium health boost, which is nice, and stress gain gets reduced by 20%. Very nice. My feast ends. After days and nights of joyous company, my feast is over. Most every guest seems to head home pleased, except perhaps Karima, still clutching her nose where the peacock marked her. I will call on you all again, my vassals. So now we are the trait Eager Reveler, Diplomacy +2, Intrigue +1, and Opinion of Revelers +10. We gain 115 prestige. Every guest gets 20 opinion bonus for 10 years. Yeah, very nice. And That's right. We are illustrious, and we can now, finally, declare war on the kid here. He's got a little bit more troops, but I'm not overly worried about that. We are going to conquer the duchy, declare the war, and raise all of our armies. Not too worried about bringing our allies into this. Spouse up to the task. Some of my counselors believe the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, yet I am often disappointed. After a long day, I'm complaining to Gada, but she interrupts me. Let me do something about it, husband. A few lessons might sharpen their wits. So, Chancellor could use a tutor. Our steward could use some. He loses opinion. Studying stewardship, that helps. Perhaps some advice by Master Abdul Rahman. It makes sense because she does like her intrigue. Alright, let's bring all of our armies together in one big, giant army. And then go in here and start conquering the Hudids. Well, that was quick. We took Zaragoza and we captured the Emir himself. So that is a quick enforcing of the demands. And we have now won what can only be called an extraordinarily fast war. We're still within the domain limit. Let's see, we've got some payments we can do. We've got some titles that can be created. You can usurp the Emirate of Aragorn. I guess I could, but I'm not going to worry about that. We've got low county control in Zaragoza, so we will address that immediately. And we will send our marshal to Zaragoza. Apparently it will not let us. Let's just let it tick here. I thought maybe it would. It did say that we have low control in Zaragoza. There we go. It just needed to tick over. Alright, let's go take a quick look at our prisoners. Let's search for a physician while I just see that. Our prisoners, Erit, we can get 25 gold for her. And then we may as well demand some payments here. We can get 20 from that person. And I think that would probably push us over the edge, so we're just going to wait with that. But that was a very nice, swift war to take over that. Now, the French here, France, of course, has a rather large contingent. We cannot declare war because our armies are currently raised because of this liberty war down here in Africa. Now, we could send our troops down here since they're already raised and kind of take care of business and help them out. Or we could just not. Instead, we'll just disband our military. Let that tick over a little bit, and that was very nice. Very nice, swift, easy war. We've got a court physician, sorry. So Karima is a renowned physician. It's going to cost us over 240 gold, but that's fine. So now if we take a look, what can we do here? We could declare war on France. And we could do claims, of course. That's kind of the easiest one. The question is, do we want to go to war with the French, who are allied with Denmark and Galicia? It would be a pretty substantial war we're dealing with. Right now, they are at a war with the petty King Robert II of Normandy. So it may not be a bad time to strike there. New stewardship perk. I think we're just going to go here to vassal tax contribution up by 10%. We'll do that. Let's take a look across the region as far as declaring war. What can we do here? So we've got claims we can push. Anything interesting? We can conquer a duchy. And we can change the objective to Portugal or Coimbra. We cannot... I'm not going to do a holy war because I really don't need a crusade. We cannot do the kingdom invasion simply because we're not powerful enough. A liar's pay. I was shocked when I caught Grimm trying to steal from the traveling chest, etc., etc. We've done that before. So he is now deceitful. My mother has died. Well, that's not good. And that has bumped up the stress significantly. So, because of that, I'm not going to do any of this here as far as payment demands. Castile right now, how are we looking with the Castilians? They are allied with Coimbra and relatively weak. This is a war we could win. Question is, are we still in... no, I was looking to see if we possibly had a truce still with them, but I don't believe we do. We have a truce with the Hudids and the Jalids, and that's it. So these are all wars we could end up fighting, and of course we do have Aquitaine itself, which is without allies right now. What could we do here? Seize the Emirate of Toulouse, because it is de jure ours. Is there anything else? The Rahman Emirate. So we could go for that. De jure county, not worried about that. We're not, I mean, a holy war for the duchy. Is there any, you know, the high chiefdom of Aquitaine? That's not it. I don't want to do a holy war. It's like, I really don't. Our claims are pretty small. Prince Abdul Rahman's claims, yeah, we don't have a lot of claims here, aside from the de jure county or the de jure emirate of Toulouse. It would be quite the war against Aquitaine. Right now, I'm just kind of letting things tick a little bit. Galicia is the one that I find the most interesting. Of course, their alliance with France is a problem, if I'm perfectly honest. So the direction, you know, is not as clear. Let's look over here. Now, we still have these guys that we can kind of just take care of. If we conquer the county, you know, we may as well just do that. Kinsman is dying. Let's just hit pause here. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to change our rally point. Let's just put it right over here. And let me make sure that it actually moved there. It's not. Let's move it right there. All right. So now I think we will go in here because we need to conquer them sooner or later. So we're just going to do a county invasion. And we are going to declare a war. We're going to raise our armies once more. And just kind of consolidate our Iberian holdings and power. Lively livestock, additional payment, and a recent trade. I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. So it'd either go with a cattle herd for 15 years or a large one for 15 years. Development growth up by 20%. We're going to do that. And we have a large cattle herd now in Cordoba. Very nice. Our vassal has created a cadet branch. Okay, fair enough. And our troops are on their way here to Minorca, where we face off against 464 troops that have no escape route. And that'll be an easy and quick battle. It looks like we've got 3 months at the Siege of Minorca, at which point then, of course, we will have, aside from the Hudids here, which I need to look and see if maybe he'll accept vassalage. Let's see. Will he offer vassalage? No. Why? Base reluctance minus 45. We recently waged a war, so that's minus 40. You're not the rightful liege. And his opinion. All right. Well, in that case, we'll just wait until the truce has expired, and then we'll just gobble them up. Faction targeting you has disbanded. Very good. And this will be done here in a few days. The Minorca is ours as well. So the siege is won, the war is won, and it is now part of us, of the Abbadid Sultanate. We are going to disband our soldiers, just because I don't want to lose the money, and I'm not going to fight in this war where it looks like they're winning right now. We've got low county control in Minorca. Anywhere else, really? How's it looking here in Zaragoza? Let's go to our council. Let's take a look here. Zaragoza is still an issue. So yeah, we're just going to continue working on our control here in Zaragoza and not really worry about anything else. Yeah, that was really, really nice. That was a nice little swift conquest. I mean, again, the only ones left now are the Hudids. And then, I mean, we could... Oh, there's a Liberty War. We lost the war led... Okay, so we lost the Liberty War here in the North Africa, and I just don't care. Spoleto. Spoleto is now in North Africa. Interesting. Corsica has landed there. That's a wealth house. Spoleto has landed there. Interesting. Low control, county corruption. Check the Minorca is deserting levies for 10 years. Okay, interesting. So the Italian powers have now landed in North Africa. The Byzantines, let's look at this. They have now conquered most of southern Italy and gained a foothold here. They've expanded here into what, is the Bosphorus area. Georgia is huge. The Seljuks have splintered. Wow, that's interesting to watch. Cumania still here. Then we've got Caucasus. Secret exposed, although there is no way to conclusively prove it. My cousin Sheikh Abu Bakr has brought forward evidence that Yahaf is not the son of my kinsman Abdulaziz, that he was fathered by my uncle Prince Abdul Rahman. I am lost for words. So Polotsk is there, Norway, Sweden, England is still dealing with some stuff. France looks like it has holdings in central England, Denmark, right here, Poland. The Piast are still in control there. The Arpads are still in control of Hungary. Croatia is back here. The HRE is in an interesting state right now at a time of peace. But everything is very, very split. We've got Transurania, interesting, in basically Switzerland. But yeah, there we go. We've got a few good victories here. Now we can turn our attention elsewhere. If we look at Castile again, if we declare a war on them, holy war is something we could do. But I'd like to just get the entirety of Castile as much as possible. We can also just conquer a duchy and just take it bit by bit by bit that way. Because obviously, I mean, this costs us a lot of prestige, but you gain prestige that way too, and you're slowly but surely cutting down their influence. So, wealth aplenty. My treasury is brimming with gold and silver, and all expenses are cared for. As we do have 1,500 gold now in the treasury. As a wealthy lord, I am expected to offer patronage to some kind of artist or scholar. As luck would have it, 3 potential candidates just arrived in Abbadid. But do any of them impress me? Raisa is known for growing beautiful gardens. So, what does that do? So that gives us immaculate gardens, so prestige +1 per month. Abdulazim, religious poetry, has moved many souls. So that gives us a piety growth and a clergy opinion growth of us. We could use the help with piety, that's for sure. The discoveries made by Abu Bakr show promise. So this is funding natural philosophy. So learning and development growth go up by 15%. What did the character do? Let's see. He's compassionate and generous. So he'll definitely do one of these. He's an eager reveler. Rakish, adulterer. So let's just say he's not overly religious. He likes money. Stewardship's his thing. So in that case, what helps our development, which is the natural philosophy, so learning up +2 and development growth +15%, that is the one that we will fund. So let's see, 1,200. As far as other decisions go, founding an empire is something I'm always curious about. What we are missing there. Let's see. We are not exalted amongst men yet. Okay, so we need that, and at least one of the following. Greetings, my handsome lady. I hereby invite you to a feast at my court. It will be my pleasure. A warm welcome. Every guest is gathered in the great hall, and our gracious host, Sheikh Abdul Ahakam, has welcomed us all to the feast. Better be worth my time. So we are realm size 1 off, and we need to hold 3 or more kingdoms. Or our realm size goes up to 120. On top of that, we've got the money. We don't have the prestige, that's for sure, and we're shy on the piety. Because it would be great to have found an empire, let's be honest. That would be pretty fun. So we can undertake a Hajj. That might be worth it. That would be, of course, a huge boost to our piety. And then we could do a holy war if we needed to. I don't want to do a holy war. I wouldn't. I'd be okay with doing a holy war if it's our last and final war of conquest. Just because we've done holy wars and then we've got bitten in the butt by a crusade, as well as holy orders coming in. So if we don't do a holy war, I wonder if that changes. I wonder if that changes. So if we declare a war on them, on our claims, you know, we can definitely do that. Following the death sentence of a lowly thief, I asked my son Grimm what he thought. He expressed doubts whether any good could come, any god could want a realm to be ruled by such harsh law. Do not expect to see Allah's justice. So he's cynical. Grimm is definitely cynical. So, yeah, God, taking on France will be quite the task. Ransom, we can pay 100. Sure, we'll do that. Available perk, we'll go it is my domain, because of course we need to fill all of those out. Just going to move through those in order. So, yeah. I think that's a good place to pause this episode. We've pretty much conquered most of Iberia. Of course, Galicia, Castile, and this little annoyance from France will be the big one. We may have to wait with that until the end, or kind of see which way that goes. Aquitaine is the big one to take. And then, of course, we still have a few other little holdings here that we need to deal with over time. But we're definitely looking at the stretch end goal here, not too terribly far away. We're a very powerful military. We could take on Aquitaine now if we could invade the kingdom. Let's just get a little reminder here. If we do a holy war for the kingdom, what we're missing here is the Paragon of Virtue, which we're still quite a far ways away. Of course, we do a Hajj. We can do that. And invading the kingdom, what we are missing here is we would need exalted amongst men. Which, don't we have that? No, we're working towards that. So we're working towards the goals to be able to invade Aquitaine. But I'd kind of like to take some of these here first. Here, too, we can just conquer a duchy and kind of start carving them up. You know, take Galicia, then take part of Castile. Then bump over, take the rest of the Hudids. Then take a little bit of Aquitaine. You know, bit by bit, kind of weakening our foes. Let me know what your thoughts are. And also let me know what Crusader Kings 3 Let's Play series you'd like to see after the Al-Andalus achievement run. So, until next time... Oh, you're part of the Maghrabids. I still need these guys. I just noticed the color difference. And we would have to go to war with them, which is a war we could definitely win. Let's just double check that. Yeah, I mean, we could crush those guys. I'm not too worried about that. Split our armies. Small force to take that, and the rest to take on the Maghrabids. So anyway, got a little bit sidetracked because I noticed the color difference there. Let me know your thoughts in general on how things are going, the direction we should go, possible strategies, and what the next CK3 series is you would like to see. So until next time, I'm Realm Builder Guy, and I will talk to you soon.